All right, good evening, everybody. We will call the September 3rd, 2019 Zoning Board of Appeals meeting to order. Good evening. My name is Jim Wentz. I'm the chairman of the board. And for the recording, I will have the members introduce themselves for the record.
I'm Monroe. How are you?
Ben Maini, board member.
Marion Callow, board member.
Sarah Harris, alternate.
Will Augusta, planning and zoning administrator.
Okay, I will have, let's see, so Ms. Harris will be sitting for Mr. Panicia this evening. So we will have all five of us voting. That's fine. As all of the regular meetings are not present, we will once again bypass the voting.
Nancy,
What's that?
Don too, right?
He's an
Right.
alternate also.
What's that?
Is he an alternate? Are you an alternate?
I was, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. So yes, Mr. Smirgalino will also be sitting for Mr. Ramsey. No, I'm sorry, for Mr. Schneider. Who's not here. So all five of us will be voting. We're going to skip the organizational meetings and election of officers since all five regular members need to be present. We'll go on to public hearing. I will ask our secretary to read the notice of public hearing, please.
Zoning Board of Appeals, Monroe, Connecticut, notice of public hearing to be held on September 3rd, 2019. In accordance with Connecticut General Statute, Section 8-7D, the Zoning Board of Appeals will hold a public hearing in the Town Hall Council Chambers, 7 Fan Hill Road, Monroe, Connecticut, on Tuesday, September 3rd, 2019, at 7:30 p.m. or soon thereafter, concerning the following. ZBA-2019-01, file number 1401, 278 Teller Road, Residential and Farming District 1, RF1. Application for area variance of 3.1.5.A to permit a front lot line setback of 38.6 feet in lieu of 50 feet. Todd M. Coons and Sarah W. Coons, property owners, applicants, and Manuel De Silva, agent. Complete details and copies of all related materials associated with the above matter is on file and available for viewing in the Monroe Planning and Zoning Department offices. Published in the Voices Wednesday, August 21st, and Wednesday, August 29th.
Thank you. All right, is the applicant or their representative here? Just introduce yourself for the record and.
Hi, my name is Manny De Silva of De Silva Design and Construction LLC, Shelton, Connecticut.
Okay.
I'm just going to take on some chairs because you guys have all this info.
Yeah, and I think Will's got all that.
I don't know if we have his drawing.
Oh, the architectural?
He didn't give it to us in a PDF.
I can give it to you in PDF.
I don't think so. This is just my memo.
Well, we have those.
Okay.
anyway,
Yeah.
so-
All right, so
I can give you that though.
again, my name is Manny De Silva. I'm here on behalf of Sarah and Todd Coons of 278 Teller Road. Mr. and Mrs. Coons have owned this property in question since 2015. Over that time, they set roots in town. They like this town. And consequently, their family has grown substantially since then. They now have 4 kids, which brings us to why we're here today. They require additional bedroom space for their family. So we are here requesting permission to build a second-floor addition over the part of the house that is single-story today. It's approximately 775 square feet, and it's going to house the bedrooms, closets, bathroom, and stairs. As a result, we seek a variance from the 50-foot front yard setback. The existing house, as it currently sits on the property, is already closer than the 50-foot setback rule. So this, I believe, is a pre-existing non-conforming situation that clearly burdens this property in a negative way. I feel that here we have a clear case of unnecessary hardship because this particular property is being unfairly burdened by the current zoning rules of today. But if you have the plans in front of you and with the survey here, as you can see from the plans and the exterior views, we are really not overbuilding or expanding the house-based footprint at all. We're merely going over the existing single-story portion of the house. So I feel that we are requesting a variance that is the minimum variance possible that will allow the reasonable use of this property for these homeowners. In addition, I feel that this is going to be a nice-looking project that will not affect the character of this house or even of the neighboring residences around. So I feel that granting this variance will certainly not affect the neighboring properties in any negative way monetarily or aesthetically. And so with that, I hope you look favorably upon this application and approve it tonight for Mr. and Mrs. Coons as they would like to remain in this town.
Except, do you have a copy of Mr. Agresta's?
Yes.
memo?
There is an in-law apartment here that was not obtained by them. It was prior. We are going to abandon that as part of this project. And then all the other minor things we will add to the survey and give him whatever he wants in terms of drawings and additional information. But the in-law apartment will no longer be.
And how would you accomplish that?
We're going to remove the kitchen. That becomes just
That it
Extra
was
space.
labeled existing kitchenette
yeah.
would be what?
We're going to remove the stove.
Okay.
And, we talked to the zoning gentleman. We've got to cap it and terminate it in the wall and then add a cabinet there. And
Okay.
that could be like a little butler's pantry, kitchenette type of thing. But
So the stove is going to be removed?
it's going to be removed, yes. So the house currently has 4 bedrooms. What we're doing is we're adding 2 in the addition, and one of the bedrooms basically becomes the glorified hallway to get to it, because there's no way to get to that portion of the house. So it's going to be a 5-bedroom house, which the septic system was already designed for that because of the in-law portion of it that we're abandoning. So it's still it'll still function and be in conformance with the health department.
Your plan that says the proposed first floor plan shows it as a kitchenette. If it's not going to be a
Right,
kitchen anymore.
we submitted that, and then in conversation with him at my submission, he made me aware of the fact that we were going to have to remove it, and we just, to get the submission in, we left it like that. But we all along know that that was one of the conditions, that they wouldn't allow that.
I have a question for Mr. Agresta. The 2002 approval previously was just for setback, or was there a variance related to the accessory apartment at the time that was approved, or was it solely with respect to the street line setback?
Well, the variance wasn't for the apartment, but the variance allowed the apartment to be utilized. It's in apartments in this portion of the building.
Right.
And that was added on to the house. with
And
the
the
variance.
establishment of the apartment came subsequent to that.
I don't know how much different in time, but yeah, it was not, I mean, they added to the house and they needed the setback.
Okay. But your memo indicates that if they were to abandon the accessory apartment, they need to record something on the land records, is that?
Well, there's an approval on the land record for the accessory apartment.
Okay. Is that approved by, is that an administrative approval that gets recorded, or like an agreement with the, or the planning and zoning commission has to approve an accessory apartment?
Back then, it might have been related to something that the zoning board did.
Okay.
I don't remember exactly if it was approved by the ZBA, but there was something recorded about the apartment, so you'll find that on the land record. So we need to, if we're gonna abandon, we wanna negate that.
So if this plan is gonna go forward, conditionally, they would have to do as your memo indicates, it's removing the stove and recording on the land records, abandoning their approval for that
Yeah,
apartment.
the extent of what the kitchen needs to be removed is something the ZO will have to determine, to
Okay.
satisfy that, but, yeah.
Okay.
But as far as the town knows, then it cannot be used as an accessory apartment
Right.
anymore.
I mean, the alternative
I think
is-
you have to do something in the town.
Right, the
Like I said.
alternative would be to redesign it differently so that you can meet the accessory apartment requirements, but I don't think that really works with what they're.
No, they're not interested in the apartment, so it's a moot point. We'd be willing to record whatever we need to record in the town records, attesting to that.
Yeah, that could just be a one-page thing that we can help craft.
Anybody else have any questions?
Anybody else to speak?
Oh,
No.
we'll get to that. I wonder if we had any questions first. You good?
That's pretty quick, but
Thank you, Mr. De Silva. Is anybody, I assume these are the applicants here. Is anybody, do you wish to be heard on this matter? Yep.
Hi. I'm Sarah Coons. I'm here with my husband Todd. We actually bought this property, 278 Teller Road, 4 years ago, I think maybe today, when I was pregnant 1 week out from my third child. And we chose to stay in Monroe despite that I commute to New York City. My husband commutes to Stamford. We really love the town and the school systems. And then I had my fourth. And so we're feeling a little tight in our situation currently. So we're looking to expand, and we hope that you'll agree to the variance just to allow us to stay in the home and to make it really what we want it to be. We understand that we're probably putting more money into a home than we'll ever see back, but we'd like to stay here for as long as we can and continue to raise our children. Our children are 1, 3, almost 4, 6, and 10, so we intend to be here for quite a while through the school systems, and this would just be a really special project for us to be able to complete. Thank you.
I just have a question for you. Have you ever utilized the apartment as an apartment?
No, it's been a playroom
Okay.
since the beginning.
So since you've occupied it, you've never had any tenants or anybody
We've-
utilizing the
Correct.
apartment?
I use the address. I own a business, so I actually use the address just as my business address to keep it slightly separate from our home, but it's an easy change to either change it to my office, which is in Stratford, or just to make it our home address. So
You didn't apply to have it made an accessory apartment.
no. When we moved in, it was originally built, I believe, from the owner to house the woman's mother, who was sick at the time. So I don't believe that they've ever actually rented it out, and we never did as well.
Okay.
The only thing I had to do was go to the post office and ask them to just allow me to use the 276 Teller Road address, which had been on the plans when we had bought them, that there was that address for us to use. But we've never rented. We have no intention of it. My husband and I work from home here and there, and so if anything, we'll probably post up there. We've got a big screen TV in there, so we watch some good football games. But with the amount of children that we have, it's more of just we're always running around throughout in the playroom.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Anybody else wish to be heard on this matter? Any further questions, board members? Seeing none, we will close the public hearing. Thank you. I'm gonna look, I'm not sure we're gonna have enough folks here to vote on these minutes.
Not the right people. We don't have enough.
There were only two of us here that were there that evening, so I think we're gonna have to hold off on voting on those January 8th minutes, unfortunately. I don't know that we need a motion to table that, other than we'll just hold it over till next time. Any comments on this particular application we just heard? Can we get a motion on the table for discussion purposes?
Motion to discuss?
Well, you need, just make a motion to either approve or deny it, and then we can discuss, just for
Okay.
discussion purposes.
I make a motion to approve.
Okay, is there a second to that motion?
I second it.
Okay, very good. Motion to approve is on the table. Any comments, issues?
Well, as long as it's the accessory apartment being abandoned, then I have no problem. If that was still going to be in existence, there would be a slew of questions.
Yeah. I feel similarly, if that's gonna be rectified, I would recommend if we're gonna do that, there would be a couple of conditions that we need to put on there to, the plans would have to be altered to the satisfaction of the zoning enforcement officer, and then whatever requirement to,
I'll
for
follow that,
the
yeah.
abandonment on the land records, if we were to go down that route, if that would be acceptable to those of you that made the motion.
I agree.
Any other comments, issues, questions before we vote?
We haven't see much change to the exterior view, so, and I didn't hear any neighbors come in, I guess.
Okay, I'm inclined to support it as well, but I was a little concerned if this was gonna be a growing apartment, but since
Right.
that's not part of the picture and it's gonna be restored back to single family, I would be prepared to support this as well. All right, any other comments or questions before we vote? All those in favor of the motion to approve, say aye. Aye.
With conditions.
Wait, I'm sorry, all those in favor of the motion to approve with the conditions as we discussed, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? It's approved 5-0. Okay, left. That's a good one. And I noted from you, you've got nothing in the hopper for next month. Nothing, okay. Not a tight ship around here, I guess. Which is all good. So thanks for being here this evening. Sarah, nice to meet you. Thanks for jumping on board. And we'll see you next time. Thank you for the new regs.
Yes, yeah.
I'm sorry.